What is up, Print Squad? I am back with another video today, and today I was gonna be printing some Christmas shirts, but I have quite a few different things that I'm gonna be doing, so we're gonna see what all I can catch on film. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and print those Christmas shirts. Actually, I have one photo that I just have to put onto a picture, so I'm gonna do that first because that's gonna be real easy and quick. And the next thing I'm going to do is the Christmas shirts, and I have one birthday shirt to do, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. For the photo pictures, all they want on the t-shirt is the photo right on front of the shirt, so it's going to be very simple and quick. But the thing with it is she ended up texting me a picture, but the picture is not a good picture. It's kind of a dark picture that was taken with a cell phone that may not have had the best lighting or may not have had the best quality cell phone camera. So I'm gonna have to take it into Photoshop, and then I'm gonna have to fix it to make it a little bit brighter so that you can see it better. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. When I have customers, because a lot of them don't have email addresses, but they do have the ability to text. So I actually sometimes have them text me photographs. So right here, I had to refresh. So here's the photo right here. So I just click on it to download it. And once it's downloaded at the top, I just grab it, and I already have the folder open down at the bottom of the screen, and I put it right there where I need it. Then I go to Photoshop. And you can either grab and drag it into Photoshop, or you can place it into Photoshop. And I'm having to actually place it into Photoshop because I don't know what the deal is with my Photoshop. So right here I'm gonna do view so that I can take the extras off. So as you see, this picture is really not a good picture. For one thing, there's not enough contrast, and it would be a train coming by, while I'm trying to do a voiceover for a tutorial. Okay, so the train came through, so I can get back started. So right here, as you see, it's kind of dark, like you can't even tell the difference between her hair and her shirt. You know, it's just not a very good picture. And right here you can see his hand is about the color of his pants. You know, it's kind of blending in with his pants. So actually the first thing you would have to do is flatten. I'm just going to take this and click on it, and it's going to flatten it, rasterize it and flatten it. Okay, so the next thing I would do is come up here to image, adjustments, brightness, contrast, and I'm going to try to brighten it up a little bit to make it where you can see it better. And I'm not a photo editor or anything, so you know, I kind of just try to edit where it looks pretty decent, you know, just kind of play around with it a little bit because it's a pretty dull picture. So yeah, just kind of play around with it. You can kind of, you know, see what looks best. Okay, so I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get it. Something like that right here. So I'm gonna hit OK. And she did want me to crop it off, the people in the background, so I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so that I can crop it off. And to crop it off, I just go to edit and free transform, and then I hold down the shift key and kind of drag it to where those people are not on the screen, which also makes it where the picture is not exactly centered. But you know, when you have people bring you things in, you have to kind of work with it however you can, because that, you know, they could take better pictures and bring them in or something like that. So that's about as good as I'm going to get it right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it back on the screen so you guys can kind of check it out, and I'm gonna go ahead and save that. I don't know what's going on. It sounds like it may be the fire people, I think. Save that as pick print. Then I'm going to go ahead and go to file and print. And before I do that, I'm going to check my settings. Okay, the printer settings. I usually use labels 1 when I'm printing transfer paper, and then I go here and I make sure it's on draft because you don't want a lot of ink. And I go to advanced and I make sure that it's moving through at the fastest speed that it can, because I'm using a laser printer. Laser printers get hot. If it gets too hot, it can cause the transfer to stick, which would in return mess up, you know, would stick to the drum in there and kind of mess up your printer possibly. So we're gonna do that, and then all we have to do is hit print. What I'm doing now is coming over to get the transfer sheets. So I usually keep my transfer sheets in this drawer right below, and I use the Laser One opaque transfer paper. This actually came from Coastal Business, but you can get it from a lot of different places. Coastal Business is really not a place that I like to order from, but I know they can get things here when I need it quickly. So sometimes I go ahead and order from them. This is the front of the paper, and the Laser One opaque logo on the back. And now I just go hit print on the computer, and it's gonna go ahead and print the sheet out for me. So here's the picture. I just turned my heat press on, so I have to wait for it to heat up. And while I'm doing that, I have two Christmas shirts that I'm gonna have to actually design, and I'm gonna show you guys the actual what I'm having to do. Like right here, this is one of the designs, and hopefully you guys can see it, but let me turn off this back light right here. But this is one of the designs right here that I'm having to recreate right here. And I'm gonna show you guys the other one. But this is pretty much how a lot of my customers do. They'll find something they like and they'll text it to me, and then in order for me to do it, and this right here, this is the other one. So what I'm going to be doing is recreating both of these designs because my customer requested that. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. So I'm going to kind of show you guys a little bit of that on the computer. You know, I'll probably just do one of the designs because I don't want to make this video too long, but that's what I'm going to be doing next. This is actually the clip art that I got so that I could use for this the shirts that I'm going to have to create. So you know, I just got a few little different things right here. So I was thinking, I don't know, let me see, this is the one that I was using, but I kind of like that this one had kind of a longer legs, so I may end up using it. So right here you can see I think I did a little bit too much of the leg off, so I'm gonna see if I can go back and redo it. So I'm gonna just cover that one up and cover this up, just kind of start fresh so that you guys can kind of see how you could do if you you know, if you were doing something like this. And actually, let me see, I'm gonna try this and I'm gonna place this one, kind of see how it comes out. Okay. Now I had the mailman coming. Okay, so after the mailman came, I had some kind of issue where it wasn't recording the volume. So I'm basically going to try to explain to you what I'm doing right here. Okay, all I'm doing is using the paint bucket tool to fill in the spaces that I want to be a different color. Okay, so once I do that, I'm going to take the eraser tool and I'm going to erase parts that I don't want in this design. So right here you see I'm erasing the eyes and the mouth, and I'm going to erase the hair at the top, and I'm doing this so that it looks more like the design that the lady brought in, that she wanted hers like. So I'm erasing on those lines, and right there you see I kind of made a little mistake, so I had to go back and fix it. But basically I'm just erasing everything, and right here I'm explaining what I'm doing. As you see right here, that was the artwork that I used, or the image that I used to create the part where it looks like his leg was bitten off of. So I just took that bottom squiggly line, and right here you can see where I brought it into the application, and right here you can see the squiggly line right there below the button. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that squiggly line in the place where I think it would look like, where it would look good and look like the thing was actually bitten, like his leg was actually bitten off. So I don't need this anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete it. But the way that I did it was, all I did was use the magic wand tool, and I selected that blue squiggly line, and then I used the color overlay to make it black so they will match the rest of the design. So right here, as you see, I took the squiggly line, and all I'm doing is positioning it into a place where it would look like his leg or his foot was bitten off. So as you see, I'm kind of just playing around with it, moving it around and rotating it in different angles until I feel like I got the perfect fit. So now what I'm doing is going through, I'm zooming in so you guys can see it a little bit better. And when you do that, you know, it makes it a little bit easier to work with. So right there you can see it pretty much looks like it's bitten right there. So now once I get it in the correct place, all I would have to do is delete the parts that I don't want. Okay, so I would go to the eraser tool, and once I get that eraser tool, I would go ahead and erase the parts that I don't need. So right there, as you see, it is coming together. It is beginning to look like his leg was bitten off. So there you have it right there. Now I'm just finishing up the parts that, you know, the little extra parts. So right there, as you see, it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go back and just clean it up a little bit by deleting all of the white area, because I know that I don't need that. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete it all just to clean it up. Okay, I have that cleaned up. Now I can go ahead and, okay, so I'm gonna put a little outline around the whole entire outline of the gingerbread man so that it's darker, it's a little bit thicker. Okay, and now that I have that, I'm gonna just, you know, clean it up a little bit, make sure everything is nice and neat, and it's pretty much there. It's pretty much where it needs to be right now. Alright, now to work on the font. I'm trying to find a font that matches as close as I can to the other font on the design that they brought in. Okay, and after searching through a few fonts, I found one that was very similar, if not the same font. So this is it right here. I'm just going to resize it and position it in the correct location. And this is pretty much it. This is pretty much the design. Okay, so right here, what I have on my screen is the designs, and I just use my cell phone right here, and I just go to my camera app on my phone, and I basically just get the image in the screen just like this, and I take the picture, and then I go to the next design and I get it in the screen and I take the picture. And once I get the pictures in here, I go ahead and send the text message to my customer and make sure it's okay to go ahead and print everything. So right now I'm going to go ahead and send the text message, and once I get the response back, I'm going to go ahead and print her shirts. Alright, I never did get my T-square fixed, but guess what? I came up with a solution for right now. Right here, this is kind of like a hybrid or a mutant T-square. I'm using this part from the T-square 2, that the second one that I had that broke, and this one is the original T-square that I have always used. So this is probably what I'm going to do at least for a while. Alright, I got the response back from my customer. So both of these designs are going to be one color design. So I'm just using the red vinyl, and I actually just did both designs. Let me let you guys see a little bit closer. Right here, I did both designs in one. If you can see right here, that's the first design and that's the second design, and I'm just going to move them over. Once I cut this one out, I'm going to move it over to the side like this one is, and then I'm going to put this one there and cut it out. Yeah, because this is like one-time use thing, so no use in doing a whole bunch of different files for them. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe because we post videos like this each week. And also remember to check down below in the description box for the links for any of the supplies or equipment that I use in the videos. And I will see you guys in the next video. Print Squad out.